Whoa, look at that! A blue screen instead of a black one. Nintendo is getting pretty wild. The last game of 1984 is one that, along with Duck Hunt, is one of the best remembered of these early releases, at least in the United States. In Japan, I think baseball and golf were actually the biggest sellers back then. Anyway, ExciteBike is a well-designed side-view racing game. Nintendo finally goes all out with wall-to-wall horizontal scrolling, something we'll see a lot more of in the near future. There are 5 tracks. The object is to beat a certain time. If you do so, you'll move on to the next track. If not, it's game over, though from the menu you can choose to play any track you'd like. And there are 2 acceleration buttons. A is standard acceleration, and is what you'll be using most of the time. B is some sort of turbo. You go faster, but it also heats your engine up, as per the gauge at the bottom of the screen. So use turbo too much and the engine will overheat. Thankfully, you have those little strips with arrows on them that you see along the ground occasionally. You might think those are like the go faster strips, but they actually cool your engines, and you can use left or right on the D-pad to raise or lower the front of your bike, which is helpful when going over hills. So while ExciteBike is pretty simple, it's pretty fun. The bike controls pretty well, and the turbo adds a nice little risk and reward factor into the game. There's also a couple other modes. The second regular option puts other racers on the track. This makes things a bit harder because they keep running into you and knocking you down. Seriously, it's pretty tough to avoid these guys. Despite the presence of other racers, you're not really racing them. It's still all time-based. It doesn't matter whether they pass you up or not. And finally, there's a popular edit mode. Here you can create your own tracks and then use them. In Japan, players could actually save their tracks on cassette using something called the Famicom data recorder. Battery saves had not yet been invented. This was one of the very few games compatible with the data recorder. Outside of Japan, you were screwed. The save option simply didn't work. So ExciteBike is a minor classic in its own way, and definitely a very good way for Nintendo to end this year.